and gentlemen, this is a Just Acting Up show. And, usually in this segment, we have the press play trailer of the week, but we're going to switch it up a little bit for you. And we got to talk about our guest that's been here on the show with us, man. You already know he's been on here quite a few times. You might as well say he's family, bro.
Yeah,
Brandon
absolutely.
Rush.
Hey, thank you so much for this Acting Up show. James and Chris, I appreciate you guys having me back on.
Man, appreciate it, bro. Yeah, let me rephrase. Brandon Rush of the Buckle Up podcast, ladies and
Podcast,
gentlemen.
yes.
There we go. There we
Buckle
go.
Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush and Mama Rush, my mom.
Yes, man. I love that, bro. I love that, man. So, man,
tell us how that came to be and what it's about.
Well, a couple things. One, you guys, I love what you guys do with the Just Acting Up show. And you guys were ahead of the game. Was that 2 years ago? Right before I did Power, you guys were ahead of the game with starting your podcast. But you guys have probably been doing it for a lot longer. I saw what you guys did, and I'm like, man, that's amazing. I was trying to come up with a way to. My mom was thinking about going back to work, and I couldn't have that. And so I was like, you know what? I got to come up with something to figure out how to make money for my family, how to make money for the people I care about. And there's all these people that worked with in those 75 TV shows and movies, which a lot of people didn't know, but now they're finding out. I had to come up with a way to make that happen. So I spent 4 days, right? So 18-hour days trying to figure out exactly what to do. I figured out social media. Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, Instagram ended up pairing with me for content creator because they saw what I had done before. So they opened that up to me. Being able to have my own sponsorships, partnerships, and that. So I'm making money off of that. And then with the podcast part, I had thought about something that I could do with my mom. So I was like, hey, how can I connect all these people? So basically I came up with the Buckle Up podcast universe with Brandon Rush. I came up with Buckle Up because I love the movie Con Air with Nicolas Cage, who I met once with my mom in Los Angeles. And when he played the role Cameron Poe in Con Air, he's about to tie John Malkovich to the like little fire engine thing that's going. And he's like, buckle up. And I'm like, that's the name right there. So Buckle Up, that's where that came from. And then I asked my mom, she would be my co-host, which is she has been the best co-host I could ever ask for because she knows me well. I don't have to, she's going to support me 100%. And she's like, hey, Brandon, I will support you 100%. Going back to that 4-day thing, on the 4th day, I created my own patent for artificial intelligence, which you guys are just hearing for the first time.
Nice.
So 3 days of figuring out social media on the 4th, and I was figuring out the reason I was up was because I was making this patent for artificial intelligence. And on the 4th day, I stayed up 24 hours, and I finally came up with it. I grabbed a photo of my dad. I had the time of when I finally figured it out. Because my dad, who passed, was talking. I heard him talking to me the whole entire time. It was during the spiritual week. It was a week right before Passover. And the camera in our house, like apartment, kept going off saying, hey, someone's in B room, someone's in B room. I was actually freaking out because I was like, what the heck? I kept checking. I was like, Mom, is someone like, this thing's saying this B camera keeps going off. At the same time where I felt my dad's presence, the camera was going off saying that there was someone was alerted in B room. So I thought that I could literally hear my dad talking to me. So I came up with that patent for artificial intelligence. I came up with figured out social media, started getting as a content creator. And then I created the Buckle Up podcast. And I asked my mom if she wanted to do that with me so she wouldn't have to go get a part-time job. So now she doesn't have to work because we were making money off of it. So it's been a huge blessing and I'm so thankful. So with the 75 TV shows and film that I've been in New York, Los Angeles, Atlanta, New Orleans, San Jose, California, Pittsburgh, Miami, Mexico, I was like, I have all these incredible people. Let's say the cast is one thing, but I'm talking about the people behind the scenes, the casting directors, the casting associates. I would not be where I am today had the casting community not looked out for me, had they not given me the opportunities. So they were my first and foremost thing of like, hey, I'm going to bring them together and bring them this. And all these casting directors and all these associates and all these assistants are coming onto this podcast. Yeah. Also, people that I've worked with in these shows. So I have executive producers, writers, directors that I have worked with in those 75 things all coming on. So Blue Bloods, for instance, I had Siobhan O'Connor and Joe O'Connor. Joe was my partner on Blue Bloods. Siobhan was one of the producers and writers on that, not of just that, but of Law and Order SVU and Third Watch. She was a person super inspirational to me. And so is Joe. Joe's just been like the best partner ever. Like, so I asked them if they would come on and they're like, yeah, we'd absolutely love to. And we had just a great conversation that was their first time meeting my mother. And we just had the best conversations back and forth. And Siobhan has a pilot that she's working on right now.
Nice.
And over on the West Coast side of things, I have Jim Clemente and Bobby Chacon of Criminal Minds are coming on. They're technical advisors. And I think Janine Sherman-Burroughs, who was when I first started on Criminal Minds, she was one of the executive producers on that show. And I think she might have even been the showrunner too. Now she's at WB with, I think, head of Scripted Talent. I could be wrong. But these are people that I have coming on. So I figured, why not start bringing all these people together? Because we have that connection. And Siobhan and Janine both know each other because they worked on Third Watch together. They both did that when they were coming up. So I realized that God gave me an opportunity to connect people. That's something that my dad was always really good at, connecting people from all walks of life. And then because I've lived pretty much everywhere in the world, not everyone in the United States, but I know people from around the world, I figured let me reach out to all those people. It's not just celebrities and all the crews and all that. It's everyday people. I have friends. I'm an everyday person, man. Yeah. I've worked every part-time job underneath the sun. So I have all these people from different walks of life that are coming on. We have a veteran section that are coming on. I have a lot of my friends are veterans. We're a military family as well. So I'm excited to have all these different people come on. We had a news anchor on the other day, Lana Harris. So
nice.
We have the numbers, and I think we're at like 1.8 million now.
Oh wow!
Come on, man.
1.8 million viewers, and I think we're at like we're about to break 300,000 followers in just 5 days. In just 5 days.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
So yes, man, that's my whole speech, man. So getting back to it, Chris, I saw what you guys did. I thought you guys were amazing. I appreciate you all supporting me. I appreciate you all supporting the family. So as I said, like an iron sharpened iron. I felt that I posted something when my theme is The Train's Coming by Johnny Cash.
Mm.
And I saw you guys repost it. I was like, yo, let's go.
Yeah, man.
Let's go. I felt that. I felt like, Wakanda forever. So my heart was just so that you guys had my back, because a lot of people haven't with this venture, which has been crazy.
Yeah, man, and we greatly appreciate it as well too, man. Like you said, Iron Sharpens Iron. Like we've been taking clips of. I know you took clips, and we took clips of our time on the show and everything, and posted, and people get to know each other. And like you said, it's you get to connect with everyone like around the world, and it's not just people in front of the camera, behind the camera, but it's other people that you connect with as well too. That you're like, oh, you know him, you know her. Oh, hey man, come. And it's just beautiful.
It takes
man. Yeah.
It takes a village. It takes a village. No one gets there alone. It takes a village, James and Chris. Yeah. That's what I was like going to what you're saying. So I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. You good.
It really does. It really does.
Yeah.
And then you guys are talented, man. You guys, all the stuff you guys do, I'm still like, level 1 right here. I'm still like the Captain America in the first Avengers, in his first movie. You guys are like Tony Stark. You got the whole entire thing going.
Man, it takes like you said, it takes a village, and it's dope that we have the individuals that we have and the people that we meet, like you yourself, and we all just like we said, iron sharpens iron. We help each other out because in this crazy acting or just life, nobody has all the answers to everything.
None.
So it's good to meet, fellowship, talk to the right people, and approach each other in a respectful way, and just have fun and be like, oh wait, like okay, bad, and we just help each other out because we just don't know, but we're figuring it out, but we still don't know.
No, you're right. I think, James, one thing that you said, to approach each other in a respectful way, I love you guys. There's anything I can ever do, I'm going to do it, because I appreciate you guys and all that kind of stuff. The level of disrespect that I received from people that I considered friends and people that it's been very interesting. It's actually been it's almost been like a shock to me. Because I've always been there for everybody. Yeah. Hands down, no questions asked. Literally all my friends say this brand is unwavering. Yeah. That's a man that's loyal. That's a man whose parents raised him right. That's a person that is unwavering in his character completely. And the level of disrespect that I received from my friends has been outstanding. Just like people that it's certain people actually. It's people that still think I'm still the same Brandon from college, or that have looked down, like that for some reason think that they could look down on me, which that's their prerogative. But I had a close friend of mine be like, oh, well, you're not doing a podcast. I knew I was doing the podcast the whole entire time. But as you guys know, it's even on sets, it takes multiple people to put that stuff together on those sets. And what you guys are doing, I'm doing the job of like 15, 30 people by myself. I mean, I love my mom and she's an amazing co-host, but I'm the one that's putting all that together, the videos, the computer stuff, all that, all within having, I think I've had 15 auditions. I've been slam packed during auditions. So I've literally have my career that I'm trying to manage, which is going extremely well. I thank God for that. And I'm doing all this stuff that I'm learning. That's why I'm asking you guys constant questions. So to have a friend tell me like, oh, well, you don't have a podcast. It's not a podcast. I'm saying, you're right. It's actually a show.
Yeah.
The podcast is just a point of that. And then that same person has seen it go from, hey, Brandon had, 0 people to it's 1.8 million people now are viewing the Buckle Up podcast universe with Brandon Rush and Mama Rush. And we have all of these followers, which I'm grateful for, because I'm grateful for everybody. I'm trying to connect all these people. So that was really hurtful. I've had friends be like, hey, don't blow up my phone with text messages. People that I invited onto the show. Now, I told you all, we're getting paid to do this. Yeah. We're getting paid on our podcast and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so these are friends of mine that I asked to come on to help them out.
Yeah.
Bring exposure to their business, bring exposure to who they are, because they've meant the world to me. And it's been even some of them that have just given the level of disrespect back of just like, oh, well, what do you need? It's like, well, I thank God because I don't need anything, because God gave me everything that I have, plus everybody that I've been blessed to work with and come across, that we were trying to give opportunity to just spotlight you all. That was it.
Yeah.
And so I've had to, I had to check a few people.
Yeah.
And I think they needed to be checked.
Yeah.
And so now they realize like, hey, man, well, dang, like had I said, hey, I have a movie and I want you guys to be in it, it would have been a different conversation.
Yeah.
But they don't realize that we're on that level right now. And for them to look, it's funny how people treat people who they think they don't need. And I've never done that. I treat the janitor with the same level of respect I treat the CEO. Yeah. And so it's been a wake up call for some of my friends, because I'm like, hey, you know what? I never changed who I was from day one to now. I'm still the same person. Yeah. Only different guys like this blessing, but you all have changed in my eyes because of some of the levels of disrespectful things you guys have said to me in that process. So yeah, it's been interesting.
Yeah.
No, man. We're definitely excited for you, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Man, I'm surprised you ain't started it sooner. So I was just like, yeah. I know.
you know what? When money started getting tight and I had to come up with a way to help out my mom, because I didn't want her going back to work at her age. My nephew was afraid about not being able to go to college. I literally cracked in the gear, man. Yeah. I went down to my University of South Carolina. I talked to them about some things that are going to be working in the future. We'll talk about that later. Yeah. But I was just like, hey, I got to help out my nephew, try to get him a scholarship and all this kind of stuff. And all this stuff because I've been very blessed and accomplished in my field. Yeah, that puts I'm able to. There's things that we can do. Plus that patent that I created for artificial intelligence. I did have my Iron Man moment. So I created basically a thing that's like Jarvis.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, and that's so it's pretty cool. I call it keys. So it's been pretty awesome, man. Yeah, keys and echo. Those are the two. I created 2 of them so far. Actually, I created more than that, but that's what I'm telling right now. So.
We're definitely going to talk with you about that off camera.
Yeah, absolutely.
More details.
Yeah, how have you guys been, though?
Man, good. Hustling, bustling. Chris, you want
to... we've been doing all right. Just it's been a few changes. We had a slow season, but now we're picking back up.
That's all right.
See a lot more coming from us.
Yeah.
A lot more content coming from us. So
okay.
Yeah.
We're excited.
Got some more.
Are you guys on Spotify yet, or the podcast stations?
Yeah, we're on Spotify, iHeart, iTunes.
Okay, I'm gonna have to add you guys. I didn't know you guys were on. I'm glad that's. I'm sorry that I didn't know that.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, because I was gonna say get on there if you're not, because what you guys have is excellent.
Yeah, thank you.
We're trying to actually get to that next stage of just monetization and increase our followership. So, like I said, we're gonna pick your brain a little bit more.
Absolutely. Like I'm here to help you guys as much as possible, and I love you guys. Like, and by help, you guys don't need my help, but sometimes if you have a person that kind of has learned how to understand something, I'm willing to, and like make sure those words are said correctly, because as I said, the disrespect I've been receiving is crazy, and it's like.
Bro,
yeah,
trust, I get it.
I'm definitely gonna share. I'll share the story later on in my career when it progresses, but I'll share the story with you off camera.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, and it's like these are the same friends that when I left from college, it's college friends. It's not my friends from home.
Yeah,
it's who I have been there through thick and thin, which is the craziest part about it. But when they said, "Hey, Brandon, whenever you go out to Hollywood, don't change," I never changed.
Yeah.
And I went through all kinds of stuff. I don't, there's dark stories out there. I just don't put those out there. But it's like I went through a lot. But God was molding me. Like I was talking to one of my aunts who's a reverend. My cousin's a reverend. Like Joseph in the Bible. A lot's happened to me. And Joseph in the Bible was a person. His brother, his family threw him out. And I'm not saying that happened to me to at least not with mom, and not with my dad when he was alive. But I've been through a lot and now that I've come back and am able to been able to put that into effect. My cousin's like, you like Joseph in the Bible, whose family threw him to the wolves. So I said, not my mom, not my dad, and not my nephew, but I'm gonna leave it at that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I guess his friends are in there too now. So
man, dude,
you may necessarily not change as a person, but how people view you change because people are so used to seeing you in a certain box.
Yep.
People want to keep you in that box instead of letting you grow. They'll see you outside of that. They want you where they're comfortable seeing you at.
You're absolutely right. Like it's sad. It's like, guys, you all know firsthand that you've actually seen the fact that I am still the same B. I believe I'm humble as humble can be, but I'm still the same B. Only difference is to you all, I'm still the same B. In the world of the business I am, and in the world in general, we've been very blessed that our team has TV shows that play throughout the world in different languages. I get messages from Brazil. Hey, dude, you're playing over here. Israel, Sweden, but it's translated. So shows I've been on that it's translated to another language. And so for me to hear from all these people around the world about this, and you guys are still considering me, hey, I'm still B in that box from college who let you guys stay over at my place. Like you had a key to my place. Every time you called, I was there for you when you needed me. It's like I'm not in that box anymore. But had I said it was a movie, no question.
Yeah.
So, but I'm a forgiving person, but it needed to be said.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and let everybody know where they can catch the show, where they can follow the show at.
Absolutely. So it's Buckle Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush, but there's a couple things here. That's the Buckle Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush and Mama Rush. That's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. It's actually on every single podcast station that's out there. There's like 12 or 14 of them. It's on all of that. It's on YouTube as well. My Instagram handles, which are Brandon Rush, so BrandonRushh. That's 2 H's. You can catch it on there. We have some clips on there, and then we have the Buckle Up Podcast Instagram page as well. So you can see this. It's on all of those platforms. And so we're more like a variety show altogether because we have so many different avenues. We have the podcast part. We have my career stuff. We have my friends talking about their businesses and what they do, or the people that I have on. So I'm literally using everything that I have in Facebook too, but I'm using everything that I have to incorporate all of it. We're almost like a network in a way.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, man, that's it in a nutshell. And we're doing really well. I thank God. I thank God for having you guys, because I was able to ask you guys questions. Chris, I appreciate you sending me those clips too that I needed as well. And I appreciate just the support that you guys have had. Like, you all were very inspirational to me with what you all have started with the Just Acting Up show and what you all do. And even the bond that you guys have as a team on here, because that is even something special. I know when I went to certain people trying to ask them, I went through nightmare scenarios of stuff, just like, hey guys, look, man, I'm trying to bring you in here with this. Oh, you're not podcast, you're not sponsored, you're not all this. Dude, we have sponsorship already. We already have it. And so I just literally let that person talk. And I said, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I haven't heard Bo Peep since then.
Yeah.
Man. And then like people that I asked on to the friends that I literally asked, like, so some people are paying us to come on, but there's people that I asked that were friends of mine, like, hey, you guys can come on. Literally didn't call me back. I'm starting to forget who I asked, just because I have a career that I'm doing. I have a whole entire career where I'm memorizing 5 pages of dialogue for like 3 auditions I have. So that's like 15 pages. Yeah. So I can't remember every single thing. So if I call and I ask you guys, I can't keep calling back. And I'm actually done calling back.
Yeah.
You're going to have to remember that I asked you at one point, and then you're going to have to come back and just say, hey, contact someone in our production company of the Buckle Up Podcast and say, hey, like, look, Brandon reached out to me a while ago because I said I can't even take the call. Not because I'm I'm not arrogant or anything like that. I just don't have the time to remember anymore. When guests are coming on, they're scheduling. their time and their date, and they know the importance of it. Like Rob Gregg, the shoe guy, that's one of our companies. I don't have a box with it. I'm actually on the box right now. Hold up. Sorry. Y'all see that?
Yeah. That's dope, man.
Yeah. Actually, let me show the shoe. Let me go ahead and get the shoe up here. Hold on.
That is so dope.
Yeah. So I want to showcase the shoe. Like Wear Stand is a brand. Yeah, it's a medical shoe. So yeah, I want to showcase that. Sorry, man. Rob, we got you, brother. Wear Stand, standshoes.com.
Yeah.
They're one of the people that are, supporting us. And Rob's been a friend of mine for, I think, 13 years. He helped me find my apartment in New York when I was trying to start my career in New York.
Gotcha.
So when I asked him, he said, no question. I said, we're doing well for ourselves.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, bro. And see, that's like, and that's what's so crazy about that. Like, just like, hey, let's come on the podcast and, yada, yada, this, yada, yada, that. Yeah. And then, you just never know what else you get after that, because it's people that we had come on that, even they're, we talked about this one time, and then we'll close the segment out, because you never know who you're helping out just by them coming on the podcast.
Absolutely.
But there's been some people that's been on some well-known shows that they missed out on our time, and they will call one of us and say, hey, my apologies, can we come on? Can I come on at this time because something happened? And we're like, yeah, come on. And that built up the relationship and the bond. And not only that, because of one person that we connected to, it helped us to connect to another person. And they would help us as young actors or just young entrepreneurs. Hey, have you guys tried this out? Have you tried that out, or this or that? You guys got this set up? And it just helped us out in so many ways. And that's what's so beautiful about it. And that's why it's like, it's just helping, just to be of service. Like Denzel Washington talked about it.
Yeah.
We can learn this, and we can't take everything with us when it's our time, but to be of service and to help this thing continue to go, it just feels so good. And that's why we cheer the loudest for our friends when we see them book something or see them accomplish something. And that's another thing that I love about your podcast. I haven't had a chance to watch the full episode.
That's okay.
I sent bits and pieces. I'm trying to catch up as well. But what I've seen, bro, bravo, man. And thank you.
Thank you. James, I wanted to say, sorry, my family, my entire family, my dad, my mom, myself, and my grandfather, we've been of service because my grandfather's a preacher. And both grandfathers were Army veterans, Korean War and World War II. My family's been of service our whole entire lifetime. I volunteered for a wheelchair basketball league for almost 10 years now at UCLA for kids and veterans that are in their wheelchairs. And wheelchair is called adaptive sports program. So basically there's able-bodied and people that can able-bodied, non-able-bodied. I volunteered with that my whole entire lifetime. Oh, excuse me, not my whole lifetime, for 10 years. My parents volunteered at Ronald McDonald House. I used to volunteer with them at Ronald McDonald House. They'd get off of working sometimes 2 jobs, and they would go and volunteer because they were all about service, because they realized their lives have been blessed. And as your shirt says, dream like Martin. Hey, man, and Harriet something too.
Like
you said, it's a being of service to others. That's the most important thing, being of service to others. That's what I'm about. That's why my mom's about, my nephew and my dad. This is all in his memory too. This whole entire podcast with what I'm trying to do and what we're trying to do.
That's what I'm talking about, bro, man. Ladies and gentlemen,
Buckle Up Podcast, y'all check it out.
Check it out.